What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Spider-Man PS4 video. Now, I haven't made any videos of this since I've, talked shit about Miles, and I figured that it would be better if I didn't even talk about it, if I didn't even talk about the game. But you guys were saying to me that you want to know what I want for villains. You want to know what type of villains I might want to see, or what type of villains that, I hope maybe make the cut or that we see. And I gotta say, I never really thought about it until I was asked these questions. And then I thought about it. I was like, okay, maybe I should talk about it. Maybe I should talk about what type of villains I would want to see. Because we've seen a lot of Spider-Man villains in movies, games, and it's like, okay, well, what types of villains do we want to see either make their first debut in a video game, or what types of villains would we want to see maybe come back and actually get more of a classy look, or maybe like a better like version of them, like they get, because there were a few villains who, let's just say, did not make a good first impression. So there's that. Now I've thought about it. I've thought about it a little bit, and well, when I don't know, like when I think about it, I don't know who I really want to see. Like, all right, let's get into my first couple of big ones. Now, I think a lot of people might agree with me on this one and might not, with my first one being Venom. Now, I first want to say that these are not in order. These are just kind of, me talking. The first one would be Venom. Venom is a character who we didn't see a lot in video games. We did see him in Friend or Foe. We saw Anti-Venom in Edge of Time. We saw him in Web of Shadows. We've seen him in Spider-Man 3. And Spider-Man 2000, like the very first PS1 game. So yeah, I would want to see Venom. I would want to see Venom because, I don't know, I just want to see him. I want to see Venom. I want to see Venom. I just want to see Venom. There's no reason for it. Why? Who's gonna say no? And if you say no to Venom, then why? I think Venom would be a cool idea. I think Venom would be pretty cool. The Beetle, maybe. If you guys know who the Beetle is, the first time I saw him, and I think the only time I saw him was in Ultimate Spider-Man. Now, Ultimate Spider-Man, the game, was good because we got to even play as Venom in that one. But we did fight the Beetle twice. And I also saw him in Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro, the 2001 Spider-Man game, which was pretty good. I don't know, we could have some cool sections where we're swinging through the skies and he's like shooting stuff at us and we're dodging and stuff. Maybe saving people like in Spider-Man 2 and he's like throwing people and like webbing them up. That would be kind of cool, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really have a huge demand for like villains that I want, like villains I want. If I was to say villains I want, what about Mysterio? Like, what about Mysterio? Ow, bit my lip there. Mysterio would be pretty cool because, when's the last time we saw Mysterio? We saw him in Spider-Man 2, the PS2 version. We saw him in Spider-Man 2000, the first Spider-Man game on PS1. And then we saw him in Friend or Foe. Did I say Friend or Foe already? I think I did. Shattered Dimensions, he was the main bad guy. But yeah, I would want to fight Mysterio. I like Mysterio. He's pretty cool. Shocker might be pretty cool, you know. Maybe like not as a huge boss fight, for like a mini fight or something. Maybe what you could even do. Okay, I won't say it yet because I do have one thing I do want from. Like, I do have one demand. I do have one demand, and I don't know if it's going to happen, and that's why I haven't talked about it. Let's see. Are there any other villains that I would want to see in Spider-Man PS4? How about Sandman? We could get a cool thing like we got with Spider-Man 3, where he's like a big giant sand guy, and then you got to fight him. That would be kind of cool to see in the Spider-Man PS4. I don't know. Now, I do have one. It's not a demand, but it's one that I was thinking about that might be kind of cool. Now, I know a lot of people out there are not big fans of Dan Slott's Spider-Man. I know they're not. I know they don't like Superior Spider-Man. I know they don't like what they're doing with Doc Ock. But I do like what he's doing with Spider-Man. And let me explain why. Let me explain why before you hit the comments. I like that Spider-Man is growing up. I like that he has his own company. I like that he is becoming his own man. You know, I like that, you know, my Spider-Man is not a young kid anymore. He's an adult. I'm sick and tired of this little teenage Spider-Man. You can't keep him a teenager forever. He's gonna grow up, and that's why I've been liking the Dan Slott ones lately. But one of the things that is super different about Dan Slott's version is Dr. Octopus is called the Superior Octopus. Now, if you don't know who the Superior Octopus is, he basically is in a clone body of Peter Parker, and he has his tentacles again, and his suit's been remodeled from his Superior Spider-Man costume. So I thought it would be kind of a cool fight because I've always wanted to see those two dish it out, you know, and the only time we got to see that was in the Spider-Verse comics. You know, you see him punch him a few times, but, you know, other than that, we didn't get like a full-fledged fight from those two, which I want. I want to see that. I think it would be an interesting fight. But I think they're not going to do this because it seems like what they're doing is they're going to do like him working for J. Jonah. At least I would think so. Who knows? Honestly, we don't know. We don't know what Peter Parker's life is. We don't know if he works at the Daily Bugle or if he has a CEO company or if he has that. We don't know, honestly. That's the million-dollar question. What's Peter doing in his normal life right now? So, I would think that he's, you know, just doing the pizza stuff and the J. Jonah stuff. That's what I think. So I don't think they'll do Superior Octopus. Alright, so I've been burning around the bush for too long. This is it. This is what I want for villains as far as Spider-Man PS4. And when I say villains, I mean a lot of villains. The Sinister Six. I want to fight the Sinister Six in Spider-Man PS4. I don't care if it's QTE. I don't care if it's fight one at a time. I want there to be a full-fledged, you're in the street, you're maybe getting thrown in buildings fighting other teams of Spider-Man's villains, like Sandman fighting with Lizard, or Sandman fighting with Venom, or Dr. Octopus fighting with the Lizard, or Shocker fighting with Sandman. You know, it's just I want something like that, like where I'm fighting more than just one of my foes. You know what I mean? I think that would be kind of cool. But like I said, I don't know how they're gonna do it. But I want there to be the Sinister Six. I want there to be. You know how cool it would be for like Green Goblin, because Oz, you know, he's running for mayor in the PS4 version, you know, the PS4 game. He's running for mayor. So how cool would it be for him to be like, you know, like, and then he rallies them all up, and he's got money, and he's got the city on his side to maybe convince everyone to take down Spider-Man. I don't know, something crazy like that. Maybe even the civilians become the enemy. That, I don't know. There's so many different types of ways they could go with this game. And, I can sit here and I can speculate this for days, but I think it'd be better if I just kind of wait and see what they do. But my main thing I want from Spider-Man PS4 is I want the Sinister Six. I want to fight the motherfucking Sinister Six. Okay, I want to fight them. That would be so cool. I don't even care if it's a QTE. Like, I just want to have some type of thrill and rush of fighting every single one of his villains. That would just be cool, man. And they can do it. They showed us it in the demo that they showed us at E3. Do you know how badass that would be? You're flying, you're web slinging after Vulture, and then all of a sudden like Venom hits you into a building, and then like maybe like Dr. Octopus like planted bombs in the building because they wanted you to be in that building, and then you're like, jumping over like desktops and web slinging through the building and shit, and then you like jump out, and then you like grab another enemy. Like, that would just be wild, like that would be so cool. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm fanboying out too much, and maybe I'm over excited about thinking that way, and that's why I don't want to think that way, because if I feel like if I do, then they're gonna not do that. But that's what I would want. The Sinister Six. I don't even care if it's QTE or have almost the same format they did with the the demo. That would be very cool, though. But anyway, guys, let me know what kind of villains you guys want, because I ain't got really any, and I think it'd be really cool to hear some of your guys' opinions or some of your guys' options of what you would want in there. But let me know in the comments, and I'm out of here. Up, and away. See you guys.